In this 10-minute video, we debunk the myth of the one using Carl Jung's psychological insights. Explore why chasing a soulmate can trap you and discover a path to self-love and wholeness through individuation and shadow work. With relatable stories and actionable advice, this video empowers you to embrace your own journey of self-discovery. Have you ever found yourself daydreaming about the one? That perfect person who's supposed to complete you, make everything click, and fix all the messy parts of life? I know I have. Growing up, I was obsessed with the idea of a soulmate, someone who would just get me. But here's the truth. That idea might be holding you back more than you realize. Today, we're diving into why the one is a myth and what's real instead, using the wisdom of Carl Jung, a psychologist who taught us how to find wholeness within ourselves. Stick with me, because by the end of this, you'll feel empowered to rewrite your own love story. Let's get started. Hashtag part 1. The myth of the one. We've all heard it, movies, songs, and even our friends tell us there's one perfect person out there for us. But Jung would call this a projection. See, Jung believed our unconscious mind is always searching for wholeness. When we chase the one, we're not really looking for a person. We're looking for parts of ourselves we haven't yet embraced. Think about it. Have you ever put someone on a pedestal, only to realize they're just as flawed as you are? That's because no one can complete you. Jung says true wholeness comes from within, through a process called individuation. Let me share a story. A friend of mine, Sarah, was convinced her ex was the one. She spent years pining, ignoring red flags, because she thought he was her destiny. But when she started therapy, she realized she was projecting her own strength and creativity onto him. Once she reclaimed those qualities, she didn't need him anymore. She found herself. Can you relate? Who have you been chasing, hoping they'd fill a void? Hashtag part 2. Jung's idea of the shadow. Jung taught us about the shadow, the parts of ourselves we hide, like insecurities, anger, or even unfulfilled dreams. When we believe in the one, we often expect him to light up our shadow, to make those hidden parts disappear. But Jung says that's impossible. Only you can integrate your shadow by facing it head-on. For example, let's say you're drawn to someone confident because you feel shy. Jung would say that confidence is already in you, buried in your shadow. Instead of seeking it in someone else, you need to nurture yourself. This is hard work, but it's liberating. What part of you have you been ignoring, hoping someone else will bring it to life? Here's something practical. Try journaling tonight. Write down one quality you admire in someone else. Maybe it's their courage or their joy. Then ask yourself, where's that quality in me? How can I bring it out? This is shadow work, and it's a step toward wholeness. Hashtag part 3. Individuation, the path to wholeness. Jung's big idea was individuation, the journey to become your true self by integrating all parts of you, light and shadow. This is the opposite of waiting for the one. Instead of outsourcing your happiness, you take responsibility for it. It's not about being perfect. It's about being whole. I remember a time when I was heartbroken, convinced I'd lost my one shot at love. But then I started exploring Jung's teachings. I began meditating, listening to my dreams, and asking what I really want. Slowly, I realized love wasn't about finding someone else. It was about loving me. When I started choosing myself, I attracted healthier relationships naturally. Here's a real-world tip. Start a small ritual to connect with yourself. Maybe it's 5 minutes of meditation each morning, or a walk where you ask, What do I need today? These moments build self-awareness, and that's where individuation begins. What would it look like for you to choose yourself today? Hashtag part 4. What's real instead? So, if the one is a myth, what's real? Jung would say it's connection. First with yourself, then with others. Real love isn't about completion. It's about two whole people sharing a journey. When you're on the path of individuation, you don't need someone else, but you can choose to love them. That's freedom. Think of it like this. Instead of searching for a missing puzzle piece, you're building a beautiful mosaic of your own life. Others can add to it, but you're already whole. This shift changes everything. You stop settling for less than you deserve. You stop clinging to people who don't value you. You start showing up as your true self. Here's another story. My friend Mark was always in toxic relationships, chasing the idea of the one. But when he started focusing on his own growth, therapy, hobbies, self-reflection, he met someone who didn't complete him but complemented him. They're both whole, and their relationship is stronger for it. When was the last time you truly chose yourself over someone else's expectations? So here's the truth. The one is a myth, but you are real. Jung's teachings remind us that wholeness isn't out there in someone else. It's within you, waiting to be uncovered. Through shadow work and individuation, you can stop chasing and start living. You can love yourself fiercely and build connections that honor your growth. I want to leave you with a challenge. This week, take one small step toward choosing yourself. Maybe it's journaling about your shadow, starting a meditation practice, or simply saying no to something that doesn't serve you. What will you do to embrace your own wholeness? If this video resonated with you, please hit that like button, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Tell me, what's one way you're going to choose yourself this week? I read every comment, and I can't wait to hear from you. Let's keep growing together. Until next time, keep exploring who you really are.